Welcome to Wall Street Bets DD, where I read some of the most popular DD of the week in my action movie narrator voice. This is not financial advice. This is not even my post. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Since I know you apes can't read, I decided to read for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the shit show. Do your own research and take your own risks. Some of the stocks mentioned on these posts are highly volatile and have the potential to turn you into a bag holder or even worse, a loss porn contributor. You have been warned. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or else I'm telling your wife's boyfriend to cut you out of the will. Today I have yet another 2-for-1 special. I have one DD that covers both IRNT Incorporated and OPAD solutions written by Short Checker. Fellow degens, chill the fuck out and read. The unique situation of IRNT and OPAD is exactly that, extremely unique. Let me summarize. Stock redemption. Redemptions are when a company requires shareholders to sell a portion of their shares back to the company. For a company to redeem shares, it must have stipulated upfront that those shares are redeemable or callable. Shareholders are obligated to sell the stock in a redemption. Short interest. Short interest is the number of shares that have been sold short but have not yet been covered or closed out. Short interest, which can be expressed as a number or percentage, is an indicator of market sentiment. Extremely high short interest shows investors are very pessimistic. Gamma squeeze. The gamma squeeze happens when the underlying stock's price begins to go up very quickly within a short period of time. As more money flows into call options from investors, that forces more buying activity, which can lead to higher stock prices. Public float, also known as public equity float. The portion of a company's outstanding shares that is in the hands of public investors, as opposed to company officers, directors, or stockholders that hold controlling interests. These are the shares that are available for trading. With that out the way, let's dive into why IRNT and OPAD is so unique and why this play is so rare. Both IRNT and OPAD have had a stock redemption. Not a small redemption, but a fucking massive redemption. OPAD, for example, has around 92% of the public float that's redeemed. What's being shown as public float on a lot of stock analytics websites is not the actual public float of IRNT and OPAD. The number of shares that have been redeemed has reduced the current public float of IRNT to 1.3 million and OPAD to 3.4 million. A lot of posts already explain the IRNT redemption, but for OPAD you can view this Redditor's post who explains it perfectly. The 8K and definitive proxy agreement are hyperlinked in his post. So, I won't go into details on my post about the public float as it's already been written here. For those interested, I will include the link to this in the description down below. 764,000 is shorted for IRNT. 764,000 divided by 1.3 million is 58% short interest. OPAD has 3.72 million shorted. The actual float after redemption is 3.4 million. 3.72 million divided by 3.4 million is 109% short interest. Just to clarify with everyone, these short interest percentages are on the low end. The actual float is anticipated to be shorted by a lot more than just these simple calculations, but this is easy math you can calculate on the open lag data on the interweb. Now, let's look at the option chain. Before I jump into that, let me explain something very important. One contract equals 100 shares. If an option contract is in the money, the holder of that contract must exercise their contract. If they do nothing and the contract expires, the broker will exercise that contract on their behalf. So, for every call option written that's in the money, those contracts will be exercised. With that being said, look at the options contract for both of these stocks. Look at the open interest on the call options, specifically $20, $25, $30, $31, $35, $37, and fucking $40. For IRNT and $15, $17.50, $20 and fucking $25 for OPAD. Quick maths equals market makers and short hedge funds are seriously fucked. Stop stressing out. Yes, this is a high-risk trade, but an extremely unique, rare, and with solid probability that this will turn into exactly how we all think it's going to turn out. This is in fact a very high-risk to high-reward trade. As always, trade at your own risk. But for those who really wanted to see the full-blown potential here, I hope this helped. This can very well turn out to be far larger than we can imagine. If a perfect setup was to occur, the equation would look like this. Small float plus high short interest plus high open interest plus about to expire in the money contracts equals bananas. Well, guess what? Two stocks have this equation completed. I'll see you in Valhalla, ladies and gents. Mods, for the love of trading, don't remove my post. TLDR, you need to read the whole thing. No shortcuts to this one. Let's see what some of the comments have to say, shall we? I thought this was gambling. Didn't realize there was strategy to this. Gambling with slightly better odds. Maybe. Still bad odds, but potential high returns. Typically, higher risk means higher potential returns. Not always, but a good rule of thumb. Numbers, charts, jokes, but most importantly, the confirmation bias I need. I stopped reading when I saw the letters I was looking for in the title. Comments like this are the reason I made this channel. Thanks for validating my existence. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or else you will be forced to trade on Robinhood for the rest of your life.